Yesterday, during a coaching call with clients, we were going back and forth on how to better strategize a launch for a course. We're talking about a £127 course, so it's not high ticket. And the idea that I had in mind was to sell a small thing, to then go into a challenge, to sell a bigger thing, to then sell another thing. And I remember just stopping the conversation right there and tell these exact words. Guys, you almost convinced me that in order for me to buy your course, I have to go through this so many steps before you can actually sell me what you want to sell me. And that hit me in the way that I realized that was the exact realization that we build the business that we believe is going to work. We project the belief into our prospect's mind in what it needs to take before a sales can happen. And what happens is if you believe that people will not buy your course and therefore you have to come up with either a free 5-day challenge that leads to a $7 product that then leads to a mini membership that then maybe leads to buying actually the course that you want to sell. That's why it feels complicated. That's why it feels like nothing is working. That's why it's also confusing for you to even understand what you're doing. Messaging and demand. If you have both into place, then things skyrocket. If you only have messaging and no demand, you don't know how to build interest on around your offers. If you only have demand, but you don't know how to articulate your offers, people will follow you, but they won't buy from you. And I've seen different levels of this happening in so many creators out there. And this is the reason why my wife and I have managed to build a 7-figure brand over the years. And also with this channel, we already surpassed 6-figure in sales. Every time we work with clients that have been studying marketing and they've been applying marketing tactics and they believe that was the only way to sell their courses, this is what happened. Overcomplication and confusion when it comes to even know what the heck they are selling. So any course or any digital product, high ticket, low ticket, it doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter the strategy. If you're not clear on what it does and what the value is behind the paywall, if you can't articulate the value of your product to your ideal clients, no sales will ever happen. And no matter what kind of strategy, like double kick flips, free challenge plus low membership technique you want to use, none of that will work because you're not clear to begin with. With this specific client, we went back to the drawing board and I asked a simple question. What is the most painful problem that you are fixing for you people? They told me. And I'm like, great. Does your course fix that? They were like, 100%. Brilliant. So just sell that thing. And then we came up with a strategy that was easy for them to understand, easy for them to deploy, that made sense financially in terms of pricing and how they dissected the different levels of proximity to them. After we defined all of it, suddenly clarity came back. So content then, now I've got a million ideas on what to do. I've got a great idea on how to write a sales page because the problem is clear. I know to articulate. From that point on, everything snowballed into excitement. Because confusion was out of the window. We removed the cloud of complexity. We went back to what was the core of what they were offering. And now off they go, running, creating content and preparing this new launch, which is way more simple. Now, did they have the marketing skills necessary to do this in the first place? 100%. We didn't teach them any new strategy, apart from a couple of tweaks here and there that are not really the key to all this. What we do with our clients and what I'm most passionate about is that most of the times when we are selling the same thing for years, when we talk about the same topics for years, it's almost like we are in front of a tree, like Alessia always say, you're in front of a tree and you don't see the forest because you don't have perspective. That's what a coach can do for you. Just move you away from the tree from a second, hold a mirror for you and say, can you see the forest now? And clarity happens. And when that happens, it's not like, oh, I found the magic secret on how to grow my online business. It's more like, the solution was in front of my nose all along and I wasn't able to see it. What do you think about your offers? Are you able to explain with one sentence what your offer does? I don't want to hear, oh yeah, I help people improve on something. Like, nobody wants to improve on anything. How are you changing lives? What is the outcome of what you help people do that change their lives, that change their identity? Are you in line with that? Because if you're not, and if you feel like when you explain the value of your offers, you have to take a minute, your messaging needs to be clarified. Because if you don't clarify your messaging in the way you articulate what you want to be known for, build a brand that is reflecting that, and offering offers that fix a tangible problem and you know how to articulate it easily, until you do that, there is no way, no strategy, no different type of business model that will change anything for you, because that is just the 1% of strategy that would work, that will amplify when you are clear on the problem that you're fixing and how you can articulate it. And if content is something that you want to focus right now because you know that is the key to pre-sell your people into your offers, I've created a video where I explain exactly why so many fail on this and how to fix it right away. Here's the video, watch it right now.